Good day, my name is Rachi. In this video, I'm going to show you how to check if there are any unassigned accounts as far as the mappings are concerned in Caseware. And then on the second part, I'll show you how to check which accounts are mapped to a certain AFS account balance. And then lastly, I'm going to show you how to assign mappings according to given instructions. I've got the company already open here in Caseware, and I need to check if there are any unassigned accounts as far as the mappings are concerned. So to do that, you'll need to extract the Caseware TB. There is a separate training video for that. For the purpose of this training, I'll use the TB that's already extracted here. So this is the TB that was extracted. I'm going to freeze the cells here just under the lock row and just after the name column. So that will be cell C5. I'm going to freeze there so that I can be able to still see the headers even when I scroll down. So I'll go to view, freeze panes, and then I'll freeze it over there so that I can be able to keep the headers floating there. Even when I scroll to the right, I'll still be able to see those two columns over there. Okay, now in order to find out here if there are any unassigned accounts, you need to filter these data. So I'm going to insert the filters there on row 4, which is the headers. I'll click there to highlight the entire row and then go to data on top and click on the filter icon there. It will insert the filters there. Now all the unassigned mappings, you will find them under the lead sheet. If you filter here for blanks, those will be all the accounts that have not been assigned any mapping numbers. So I'm going to remove all these, untick all those, and tick only the blanks. And there I'm able to see the accounts that have not been assigned any mapping numbers. Now, when you look at whether an account has got a balance or not, you'll be looking at the final from here, final 2025-02 and the prior years. So these are the columns on which you'll be looking to determine if an account has got a balance or not. For example, if you look at this one here, it doesn't have a balance, no balance there. So this account definitely doesn't have any balances. So even though it's unassigned to any mappings, it won't affect the financials because there are no balances on that account. Whereas on this one, stock movements, you'll see there's a balance on the prior year. So this account, we must map it before we can finalize the financials. However, if you look down here, these accounts, for example, they've got balances under transactions and adjustments, but there is nothing on those columns that we use on the financials. So these accounts are also not going to affect the financials because they don't have balances under here on those 4 columns. So we wouldn't worry about these, but this one we would be concerned about. This one we must map before we finalize the financials because there's a balance there, there's a balance under 2023, and there's a balance under 2022. So we want to map this one. And then to extract the ones that we need to map, you'll just need to remove all the ones that we don't need to worry about. The ones I was explaining where there are no balances in any of those 4 columns. So to do that, I'm just going to highlight the ones that I need to map, or you can just color them to start with. If you can just go through here and you just on one column. So if this is the account or this is the column you want to use, even if the balance is on that here, but you color here and here, all these we're not going to worry about because there are no balances on these columns, and that one. So those are the 3 accounts that we want to map before we finalize the financials. I'm going to highlight there and filter here according to the highlight I just did. So I'm going to then say here filter by color, and then you'll see now I only have those three. So these three I must map before we finalize the financials. So now if the manager asked you, are there any unmapped accounts? Then these are the accounts that you list. You're not going to list all these accounts that are here, because some of them, they don't really count because they don't have any amount on them. So you won't list the full list here that is unmapped. You'll only list the ones which have got amounts in any of those 4 columns. So I'm going to filter here again, and these are the 3 accounts that I'll report. So I'll just copy them. I'll copy from here all the way up to the last column. I'll just copy everything here, and then I'll paste this on a separate sheet so that it only pastes what I've copied before I can copy and paste on a job comment. Because on the job comment, if you just copy from here and paste there, it will paste even the ones that are hidden. So you first paste here on a clean sheet, and then you can copy that and paste as values on a job comment. For example, if this was the job, just for indication purposes, if this was the job card, then I will simply come here and say, here are the unassigned accounts, and Ctrl+Shift+V to paste as values and comment. Also attach the spreadsheet of those filtered unmapped accounts. And that is how you will extract a list of unassigned or unmapped accounts from Caseware. I'm going to show you now how to determine which accounts are mapped to a certain account balance on the financials, or which accounts make up a financial statement balance. So for example, these are the financials we're looking at, and you've got this review that says check which accounts make up this balance. Trade and other receivables, there's a balance there on the financials of 2.2 million, but this might be comprised of various accounts in the trial balance. So to then determine which accounts are actually adding up to this amount, you would need to do this as follows. Going to open the financials. Here are the financials here. Let's open the financials and let's go to that account balance, trade and other receivables on the balance sheet. Okay, to go to the balance sheet, you can simply click here and you land on the balance sheet. We're looking for, I'm going to hide these checks and balances just to make the navigation area bigger. Then I'm going to go to trade and other receivables. There it is. So in here, I'm going to click on this note here, and there you'll see the accounts that are mapped to that balance. So you can be able to tell that these are the accounts that add up to that 2.2 million. So you can now tell, okay, these are the accounts. Now, if the manager has asked you which accounts make up that balance, then you can simply print this. You can simply print this. So if you go print, then you can select the print to PDF, and then you can attach that to show the manager which accounts are making up that balance. Where there's no note, like on this item here, you right click on the amount and then you click on trial balance drill down. Then lastly, I'm going to show you how to map accounts when you are advised to map specific accounts to a specific lead sheets or map number. In this part of the training video, I'm going to show you how to map accounts or assign mapping numbers based on a specific instruction. So for illustration, we're going to use this instruction here. which says you need to map this account 300,850, which is tax expense account, map it to the income statement, other, taxation, current tax. So this is the mapping that you need to assign to this account number. So to do that, I've already signed into the account or logged into the company that I need to do the mapping for. So I will then go to the account menu at the top. As you can see here, document, account. Under account, you'll find assign mappings. This way you'll click to bring you to this screen. And then you need to identify the account here that you need to map. So I need to map 300,850, and here it is. You can see that account. So I'll click on it, and then I need to map it to, it says here, income statement number 1. So the first map line is income statement. After that, I must go to other, separated by dashes. Then after other, I must go to taxation. After taxation, I must go to current, and then current tax. So I'm going to do that over here. So I'm going to go to income statement. There it is. I'll just click on the plus sign there to open up that mapping line. So I'll click on the plus sign. It opens this. So there are more options here, but I was told under here, these options, I must select the next line must be other. So I'm going to select other by opening that plus sign there. And then I was told after that I need to go to taxation. So I'll click on again that plus sign next to taxation. Then after that I was told I must go to current. So I'll click on the plus sign next to current. And then they said I must go to current tax. There it is, current tax. So there is no plus sign. So which means that is the map line. There I must put that account over there. To put it over there, I'll just click on the map sign. Remember, I clicked on it, so you can see it's highlighted in gray now, and I've clicked where I want to map it. So now I'll just click on the map, and then it will go and sit under there. You'll see now there's a plus sign because there's an account now underneath which I've just mapped. So if I had mapped to a wrong line and I want to reverse that, I can just click on it and say unmap, and that will take it back to the unmapped box. So again, to map it, click on it this side, click on the map line where I want to assign it, and click on the map button over here. Alternatively, I can just drag it. So I click on it, click and hold, drag it over to the line where I want to put it. I drop it there, and there it is mapped. And that's how you will do it. You'll do all the mappings that you are asked to do, and once you are done, you need to apply your changes. If you don't apply your changes, as soon as you leave the screen, then all your changes won't be saved. So you need to apply the changes. To take a short while. Once it's done, then you say OK to save and exit. And then you would have mapped according to the instruction. So the instruction actually had 2 accounts. So I'll quickly do the other one, 600,280. So I'll go back, go to account, assign mappings. $600,280. There it is. I'll click on it, check where I've been told to assign it. This one they said I must assign to balance sheet, assets, current tax receivable, normal tax. So let's go and do that. Balance sheet, assets, current assets. Then they said current tax receivable, and they said normal tax. So normal tax, there's no plus. This is where I need to map it. So I'm going to drag it over there and drop it there. You can see there's a plus sign now, and there it is mapped over there. So I'm going to apply and OK, and that's it. And that's how you'll map or assign mapping numbers to accounts in Caseware. Thank you very much.